up and running. God brought in. I did not have the money. We were, this was in North Georgia, the bubble burst in the building industry, and a lot of ours are from that industry before it hit the nation. And so whenever we had this opportunity to buy this equipment, I said, there's no money, Lord. And the Lord says, well, just make one call. So I made a call, asked the lady, I said, could you help us with this, and we will set up a loan and pay you back on monthly payments by faith. And so she said, let me pray about it, and I'll call you back. She called me back. She says, I'm going to go ahead and cut the check. Tell me what to do. I said, the people need their check today. And so we got a cashier's check, got it to them. We had the equipment paid.
Within a week?
This was all going on just a few days within the span of the week.
Wow.
We went ahead and paid for that. So I called the lady that evening. I says, we got the equipment secured. We're getting ready to go on this television network, and I'd like to set up the date for us to pay this. She said, I prayed about it, and God said, give the money to the ministry, the television ministry. Paid in full. No bondage to debt, no bondage to man. Paid in full, and God just opened up the door. We got on lightsource.com, and if you're not familiar with that with yourself, you could go on there as a pastor and air your program online 24/7 around the world. And through that medium, we had a pastor from Pakistan, Lahore, who has Isaac Television, it's a local cable television, says, we have watched your program, and we want that style of preaching in Lahore, Pakistan. So we sent him DVDs. They put us on there, started getting response, ministering to millions of Muslims there, and that it's very concentrated there. Absolutely. High population. And so we're able to minister to the Muslim world over there. And through that, we Cross.TV is another medium that God has given us an avenue to the over in India. And we're ministering to no telling how many people through that, because you can load your programs there and they can download it, get the gospel, get teaching, get sound doctrine, and send it to the people all throughout the Muslim, the Hindu world. God is just doing some phenomenal things, and we're just excited about what He's doing.
All in North Georgia.
Yeah, who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? Well, man, that is incredible.
Yeah.
What God is doing.
It is.
So you've got this church. How long have you been pastoring?
We're in our 9th year. Be 10 pretty soon.
10 years.
Yes.
And you guys started this church?
Founded it. Yes. Boy, you're talking about some hard Georgia clay.
Dug it out?
Dug it out, yeah.
Broke a few shovels on the way down?
Yeah. Sure have.
Man, that is wonderful. And so now you're ministering, and you're national, you're international. You got a whole television studio in your church.
Oh, yes.
And doing wonderful things.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how people in the viewing audience could get some information about you.
Well, if they just go on our church website, we have all the contacts and the tabs for going on Light Source or Cross TV. It's whcnorth.org. Very simple. You can go on whcnorth.org and sign up for daily devotions. A year ago, this past April, we started doing daily devotions. I thought, well, that's not too taxing. I can go ahead and take that on. Better think again. That's a ministry all to itself. We've sent out in a year over 130,000 emails to people around the world and getting responses back through daily devotions, how they get encouraged, not on Sundays, not on Wednesdays, every day of the week. They click on those things, and God gives an instant, He touches them, because He gave me a word, Pastor Miles, back in the 90s. I was walking through the house where we lived and had dyslexia. I could read the Bible and wouldn't understand a thing, and I knew God had a calling on my life. He said, go read Isaiah 50. I said, Isaiah 50, okay. So I went and read it, and He says, I've given you a tongue to learn. And from that day forward, He opened up my understanding to receive revelation knowledge. And He says, I've given you a tongue to learn, that you may speak a word in season to those who are weary. And so I just pray, and God just opens up the understanding, and it's working. It's working for the glory of God.
Isn't that amazing, how God can give you the assignment like that and just really give you the tools necessary to bring forth the ministry God's given you? I think that's wonderful. We've only got about 4 minutes left.
Yes.
So I want people to know about you, your wife, your teaching, your church, what God is saying to you in this season. We're hearing about all the methods in media. Obviously, you're doing television, you're doing internet.
Yes.
You're utilizing
Facebook
to reach to the younger generation.
Oh, yes.
And you're being successful in this. there might be some people out there that just, want to know how to get, they already know how to get in touch with you. They want to know, what is the message that you're bringing to the young people right now? What is the main crux of what God's using you?
Well, I believe it can be summed up in the scripture, Luke 4:18 and 19. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because He has anointed us to preach the gospel to the poor. And God has given us such an avenue. If people are looking for ministry, all you got to do is look around.
You don't have to look too far, do you?
You don't. And my wife, she is the backbone of this thing because she so supports me and holds me up whenever I don't feel like standing up. She holds me up, and she has come alongside and she helps me. And when I write, she edits, and so makes it make sense. So we just work together, and she's reaching out to the women through Facebook, and I reach out through to the pastors and ministers that want to contact me, and we just reach out to the people, and that's where we're at right now. Is just we've got to take the gospel and get it in a simple form, so that Luke 4:18 and 19 can go out through Facebook, Twitter, whatever we can use, and get that word out, and that's what we're all about.
We need to be savvy. Our churches, our ministries, pastors, all of us need to have some savvy about us to try to really reach, because, the enemy's using it.
Absolutely.
And he's using it a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And, church is not just like we used to be able to have just have church.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work like that anymore. Mm-hmm. We have to be innovative and creative.
When God dries up a brook, it don't mean you just sit there and die.
Come on.
It means you go find another way, and that's what we're doing. We're one thing does not work, then let's whatever, and then go and find out, and that's what we're doing. We're finding what's working, go into the medium. But there is so many hurting people right now, and people concentrate on Matthew 24 and talk about the signs of the ends of the age, and it produces a lot of fear. But really, Jesus said this is when the gospel of the kingdom is going to go forth as a witness. It's not something that you preach, it's something that you do, and I believe Franklin Graham with Samaritan's Purse is doing that, and we support him there in Haiti because he's being the hands and the feet of Jesus over there to people that do not know him, and in Chile and different places. So this is the time to get out and don't get locked up in the four walls about fear of what's coming on us. Let's go out and be witnesses, get this work done, and get out of here before the thing falls apart.
Exactly.
So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing.
Well, man, it's wonderful.
It's
wonderful to have you
in
your ministry.
Yeah.
Tell them one more time how they can get your information.
Just contact us through the website, whcnorth.org, or they can call us at 706-374-6175.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Pastor Dockery, I'm glad you're with us. If you want to get more information, you can go where he said, and you can also call the number at the bottom of your screen, and they'll give you some information on him and how he is being effective. He's not just using energy, he's being effective with his energy.